This video app review is brought to you by the iPhone appreview.com.
What's up, everybody? This is Luke Patrick with the iPhone appreview.com. Today we're slinging out yet another video review, this time taking a look at an application called Bubblis HD that's on my springboard right there ready to go. Sorry about the quick delay there as I took off the magnetic screen? I can't remember the English word for this thing. Anyway, we're ready to rock with this app. This is a puzzle slash word game for the iPad, hence the HD version of this. Yes, I guess I agree. It comes with Game Center. Obviously, it also comes with Open Faint, if you would prefer that. That is, of course, included. I'm not going to do that right now. Thank you. Okay. So obviously, I'm signed in as a guest with an Open Faint. So if you like Open Faint and it's here, you've got all kinds of leaderboards and that sort of thing going on, high scores, etc., achievements to worry about if that's your shtick, and it is, of course, our shtick. So with that in mind, we are going to go ahead and just kind of jump in straight and show you how to play this. Actually, I guess I'll show you the settings really quick, which seems to be just Open Faint, so never mind, back out. Okay, continue. Let's go ahead and jump straight into this with a loading screen. Bubblis HD is available, of course, for $1.99 in the App Store, and it is, of course, only available for the iPad. I think it needs iOS 4.3 or something like that, so not a great expense there. Basically, the game has you doing this. It will take you, have you dragging around these falling letters in an attempt to spell words. Obviously, the intent is that you want to get the letters that you need. So, for instance, I've got to spell soy, and interestingly enough, ass. That's an interesting one. I don't know why that's there. But anyway, that is essentially the main concept. So in this sense, it's sort of like a puzzle game. You will need to actually spell out these various words by managing the ones that are falling from the top. But at the same time, you're also going to actually need to spell words. So it is actually, in that sense, sort of a puzzle game, or excuse me, a word game, all into the other word games that happen to be out there in abundance at this point in time. So it's a unique combination. Obviously, as the further up you go within this, within the ranking here, you are, of course, going to, sorry, it's hard to think, you're going to get various score multipliers that will then influence your 1 lines of 9. So for instance, I need to get rid of 9 lines. The quicker I do this, the more points I get, etc. So I want to obviously do that as quickly as possible. Let's see if I can time this right. So obviously the further up you go, the better. The more points you get, the more lines are knocked out, and the quicker you can get through the level. So that's quite nice. There are a couple different difficulty modes too. I think there are 3 different ones, which definitely add quite a bit to the gameplay value. Furthermore, the concept is fresh, and it comes with these unique bombs that are introduced later that each have sort of unique elements to them. In the sense of they all have unique abilities, so that adds a fresh amount of gameplay to the mix, though all in all, we do have some of the complaints with the application. For instance, we're not big fans of the whole rotating letters thing, mostly because we tend to, sorry, a little Midwestern there, we tend to get the same letters over and over, which is extremely irritating once you've gotten like your 5th or 6th W, and you really don't need another W, or the sort of arbitrary way in which these things are picked. It seems like sometimes we get the letter that we are aiming for most of the time, but then other times we just don't. And we're not entirely sure why that is. But we have to admit the graphics look good. The controls are simplistic, which is nice. And for the most part, the price is decent. It is $2, which is exactly $1 too high in our opinion. We'd only like to pay $1 for this. But then again, you are getting these gorgeous, I think it's like 15 different backgrounds, so that's nice. Though all in all, we do have a few complaints with the pricing in terms of the value that you're getting. Obviously, the game is fun, and if you can get up to the higher levels, of course, it's very rewarding to knock out a ton of lions at once. But at the same time, we would have liked to have seen just, perhaps a little bit more fleshing out of the actual word system. We'd like to see a little bit more spelling, and a little less puzzling and timing, especially with these so arbitrary letter drops. So with all of that in mind, we are going to give the application Bubblis HD a 3.5 out of 5-star rating from us here at the iPhone appreview.com. And at this point, that's pretty much all we have to say about it, so I'm going to go ahead and sign out, but we will see you guys later. Bye.